Hi everyone, I just wanted to make a quick video, very rough video, to help people who might be getting a bit lost and those people that just want to get to the boss as fast as possible in part 1 of Temple of Elemental Evil. So that's what we're going to do here. I didn't record my microphone when I recorded this footage, so I'm having to rely on voiceover. This is a nice encounter here. Instant red dungeon alert. We are fully scaled, but still.
Sometimes one spawn, red alert.
We're running this on Epic Elite. You can run this solo on a lower difficulty and in Viz. Make it even quicker.
In the whole quest, and it only happens in full.
Only a few of the mobs have sea invisibility. Most of the champions that you will come across, they pose a bit of a problem if they see you, but there's a lot of doorways, so you can just escape pretty easily, even if you do pick up aggro of 1 or 2 mobs whilst you're in Viz. So we're making our way to the Earth Room now, which is in the north. Came into the quest, went into the lobby, talked to the guy at the start, which is a quest objective, and then we took the right door into dungeon level 1. And now we're just making our way north to the Earth Elemental with one stop off. The stop off that we're going to make is an orange named NPC.
Fucking lagfest in here.
And he will give us an item in his chest that will allow us to do the Earth Room a lot faster. And you'll see that when we get there. So this video is just for those people that want to get to the boss as fast as possible, want to do the least amount of optional stuff in part 1. And from my experience of running this the last couple of days since it's been out, this is the best way to get the ingredients that drop from part 1. You can go around and you can clear the entire dungeon and try and get the ingredients that you need from rare drops that randomly spawn. The spawn rate of those rare mobs seems very, very low though. So if you're in a group just running this on EE with an EE capable group and just going straight to the boss, and then you have basically 13 or 14 guaranteed guild mushrooms every 20 or 30 minutes. So in the minimap in the top left of the screen you can see just one of the corners of the Earth Room we're going. We're not going directly there, we're about to go, I'm going to turn this corner here, and this is the orange named boss. Pretty easy to kill. And there's the club. I'm going to search for it in my inventory now, just pop it on my hotbar, ready for the Earth Room. Going this way does require finding the secret door. I can't really give you any information on the search DC of the secret door. However, if you don't have anyone, or if you can't find that secret door, I still recommend going to that optional orange named to get the club, and then finding another way to the Earth Room, maybe via the south. It'll make this a lot quicker, basically because I've got the club equipped now, and there you go. Just swing it at the elemental and it charms them. Once you charm the last elemental, the barrier will come down and you can kill the boss. And that's the Earth Temple done. So the key's on that altar there, I've just picked it up. This chest doesn't drop any ingredients, unfortunately. Now, once we've got the key, we just need to get to the south of this rectangular earth temple room. And in the south, there's a door that leads to dungeon level 2. So that's it for dungeon level 1.
Make sure
It's basically just go to the orange named boss, get his club, then go to Earth Temple room, get the Earth Temple key, exit Earth Temple via the south into dungeon level 2.
And a rare sometimes. The Medusa.
Are you going to do them all in order, or are we splitting?
As you come out, so this is dungeon level 2 now, coming out into the air room, we have no business here yet. We're going to make our way to the western halls. So you go straight to this door, and we're going to another red named boss this time. This guy is not, this guy's necessary to kill. You have to kill him and
left.
the rune that he guards. And basically this gives you permission to go retrieve the air key. If we were to jump down into the air pit that was just in front of us as we came into dungeon level 2, DM text would have popped up and said that we need permission. It's saved by my guildie there. So you just clear a couple of runes and then here the guy is. A lot of hit points on Epic Elite, but doesn't take too long with a good DPS group. There's the rune, you can see it on the wall there. You can click that as soon as the red name dies.
Anyone else like it?
No. I was stunned.
For those of you who might be interested, I'm playing a pure rogue here, using both a great crossbow and a needle repeater from Caught in the Web.
Much appreciated.
Once this red name's dead, we'll just unlight that rune and then we'll be going back to the air temple. So rune done and back to the air temple. The same way we came into that room, we exit. So jump straight down and the barrier's gone for the key. You can pick up the key and it spawns a red name Garistro. This Garistro isn't necessary to kill, it's not a quest objective, so you could DDO out of this room and then back to the start, back to dungeon level 1, and then if you have the earth key, you can quickly get back to dungeon level 2 from dungeon level 1. If not, if you DDO'd and you don't have the earth key, someone else in your party has that key, then you're going to have to go the long way round, the same way that you went initially. So that's air temple and that's earth done with. Fire and water left. It doesn't matter what order you do these in, however, just through progression, I think it's good to do fire first. Well, we started with air, of course. Get that out of the way, and then go to fire. And then from water, once you're finished water, the series of doors that you take are one of the shortest routes that you can take to dungeon level 3. So that's why I recommend doing it in this order. Here you have to talk to this guy. Now, I clicked on 10,000 platinum then, and unfortunately I got it wrong, and apparently on EE, I'm not sure yet, but maybe this is maybe a
This time?
DC check or something, but on a lower difficulty, I managed to only
Damn
pay 10k and
Oh, fucking hell.
get the key.
Yes,
Now,
you do.
I'm mentioning this just because you
Start
have to
this-
fight these mobs in order to get the key and the chest that he guards. So you have to fight this encounter, which is pretty difficult on Epic Elite. The salamanders do hit very hard and seem to have quite a lot of fort bypass too. The chest, however, that this red name guards, to my knowledge, doesn't drop any ingredients. So if you are in here only for ingredients, then
Like that. Fucking
I would
hell,
recommend
that's
paying
retarded.
the 25k, and then he drops the barrier for you. You can pick the key, and there's no fight. You can just leave.
Hang on, let's get my combat log here.
Shit.
I managed to lose my blitz twice in this quest, which is pretty unusual. There's my guildie copying and pasting his death rather than taking the res, as seems common practice. So we've just invised out and avoided fighting the rest of this temple, even though there's nothing really hard there. The human casters and human melee mobs are pretty easy to take down. So that's fire done, water left, and water's just straight through. This is like a crossroads here, so where I am on the minimap now to the north is the air temple, and we've just come from fire, and I'm
Water,
facing the door to water temple. So you can see that this is pretty easily invisible.
Do we have DDO?
Grab
I don't
the
have
water
any.
from the fountain,
I've got
pop it into the water altar, and that takes the barrier down. This is another temple where you can avoid the upcoming fight with the DDO. We're just clearing the gargoyles here so we don't have to deal with them during the cube fight. So pick up the temple key, and
This cube does
that
some power
spawns
on
the
your weapons.
living pool, red named. So yeah, like I said, you could just DDO here and get back to dungeon level 2 and get on with the quest, but if you've got decent damage, then you can just kill him. Although this is one of 3 red names that you need to take down in order to get out of this room. Just as a little tip, as this fight is quite long, if you stand where I'm standing now, even as melee, you won't be hit by the living pool. He can't get you in this corner. Living pool down, cleaning up the trash. And you'll notice the barrier's still up there, so you need to open the door to the left and right here and kill 2 water elementals that are red names. But just to reiterate, as soon as you pick up that water key, and it's the last key there, then you're essentially done with dungeon level 2. So you can just DDO and make your way to dungeon level 3 and to the boss fight.
Yeah.
I'm basically out of spell points at this stage, so I can't buff myself with Know the Angles. But I'm not worried too much because there's only 2 or 3 encounters left until the boss fight, and there is a shrine before the boss fight. So there's a nasty encounter here as soon as you, the aggro's onto you as soon as you take that door, but it's taken down quickly and without too much hassle. Luckily there wasn't that many champions in that encounter. So we took the northwest exit from Water Temple, and we're basically just taking west doors through these series of doorways and rooms. And we're trying to get to the southwest corner of the map. We're in the western halls at the moment. Nice little bonus chest here with ingredients in there. So, apologies for just flashing the map up quickly like that. It's a bad habit, but you can see from that that we were in the very southwest of the map. You don't need to do anything in the mushroom room, you can just run straight through. And here we are at the shrine. Sometimes there are mobs spawning in that little that tiny corridor there. This time, none though. So that's it, onto the boss fight. The boss fight is one of the reasons why this might be pretty difficult to farm solo on Epic Elite. It's designed where you need to move the mobs around, and essentially it's designed for more than one person for sure. So we've opted to take down the Earth Elemental first, as we believe he's the most annoying with the Earth grabs. And I suppose I'll just briefly explain this boss fight and the mechanics of it. The room itself is divided up into 4 different elemental areas, as you can see. Rocks in the top left of the screen right now. That's the Earth area. To the right of that is water, I'm
Dragon
currently
types,
standing in air, and
DPS then.
to the left
Yeah,
of me
yes.
is lava fire. The elemental red name bosses will gain a substantial damage and power buff if they're in their
That's me here.
element. So if Earth is in the Earth area, then it's going to really hurt you. You also can't damage the element if it's in its natural area. But on the flip side of that, if you take Earth to its natural element opposite, which is air, then it becomes weaker. So basically what we've done here, we've just taken down the Earth Ellie, and we've got a person with a very high reflex save to aggro the other elementals, and they don't really pose much damage. I've got a pair of ventilated braces on, so I'm not getting knocked down by this air Ellie, and a high reflex save, so even in his element, he's not really doing anything to me. Once you take the second elemental down out of 4, so 2 out of 4 down, the main boss will spawn a
Can he web you within the
Bebelith.
lava?
And at this point you just want to concentrate on the Bebelith. Unless the 2 Ellies that are still alive are posing you a big threat, just take down the Bebelith, and once the Bebelith hits about half hit points, around 50%, the actual
What about
main
the
boss will
monster
come down.
streams from PDK?
You only need to take down the Bebelith
I
and
don't have it, but you
the
info.
main boss at this stage. The other 2 elementals can stay
What are you
alive.
talking about?
They're not a quest objective. The barrier hindering our quest progression comes down when you kill the wizard and the Bebelith. It's pretty fun just getting knocked around by this air elemental.
Do you not have to kill the Ellies?
No.
No.
Knockdown. Good.
Don't rogues get knockdown immunity?
Fucking I wish.
So, wizard down, Bebelith down, and exiting north. Not bothering to kill the remaining 2 elementals. Unnecessary.
Oh, so what, third core ability? Or fourth core ability is it? Fourth core ability. Fuck, how many
Click and pick up all the things, and take the DDO that spawns.
Because fuck, that'd be really...
So there you have it. That's all of the things that you need to do, and
23 minutes. 4
none of
minutes,
the optional
maybe,
stuff.
something. I mean, for not splitting up.
The most direct routes I've found to get to the boss in Part 1, Temple of Elemental Evil.
Yeah, you can do that way quicker.
I gotta go craft my more.
Rats. I'm gonna go repair.
14. No.